Yes. Yes. Yes! Hello! You've caught me completing another Nightfall on Destiny 2 because I'm just so good at games.
And that's just one of many online gaming milestones I've passed in my illustrious multiplayer career. I've won loads of games on Apex Legends, climbed the ranks in competitive Rocket League, overcome some tough as nails raids in Final Fantasy XIV, and each time the credit is definitely mine. Hold the lie smile, hold the lie smile, hold it, hold it, hold it!
I can't do it. I've got to come clean. I suck at all those games and I only achieved the things I did because better players held my hand.
Because I played with a mentor, one of 7 types of gamer we've all encountered online at some point. I love the mentor. The mentor is your friend. The mentor is brilliant at whatever game it is they're playing, but not only that, their understanding of your relative noobishness and not at all judgmental about it. In fact, the mentor enjoys guiding beginners through the difficulty minefield of late game content, and us beginners love being looked after. Everybody wins. Everyone is happy.
Examples of times I've played with a mentor. The original Vault of Glass raid in Destiny. I was carried through that like a baby in a papoose.
Didn't have to do anything, just stood where I was told, shot when I had to, and watched a team of super efficient pros cut through everything with glorious skill and precision.
All while I just sort of opened my mouth and let the high-level loot fall in.
Another example, booting up Fallout 76 for the first time and finding lovely mentors who'd pre-made camps full of supplies for people just starting out. And then there's the classic, Dark Souls, the game where you can summon a mentor to wipe out all the bosses for you. Not once will you get called a noob by a mentor. They're above such petty elitism, instead preferring to impart their wisdom and knowledge, passing it on to the next wave of mentors.
Wouldn't it be nice if everyone was like this? You know, there's nothing more demoralising, is there, than taking your first tentative steps into an intimidating new game, only for everyone to turn around and call you a noob. Let's just agree right here and now that we're going to stop this, okay? We're going to be better.
Entry number 2, Noobs! Oh, it's funny, isn't it, when you're playing online and you come up against a noob, and for one match at least, you've got an easy win. Dave, Nath and myself were playing Rocket League the other day against another team of 3, and one of them was a noob. He was called Steve, bless him, and he was obviously new. He couldn't hit the ball to save his life, and the opposition's in-game chat had us in stitches.
Steve, hit the ball. Steve, you're terrible. Steve, sell your PS4.
Oh, Steve, to be honest, I can't really laugh. I confess when it comes to Rocket League, I myself am a massive noob, to the point where I'm essentially a handicap for whoever I'm paired with. Usually Dave. Poor Dave. Writing this is twisting every nerve in my body, but I have to admit Dave is much better than I am at Rocket League, and the amount of times he's relied on me to save a simple shot on goal.
Nothing spectacular, you know, just a straight ball, moving fairly slowly.
And I've just completely missed it, or even worse, inadvertently knocked it into my own goal. Just doesn't really bear thinking about. But then I guess it's just desserts for the torture Dave and Nath put me through with their noob run of both Metal Gear Solid and Metal Gear Solid 3.
Do you think it's square?
I think it's square.
3, 2, 1, press. It's not square.
No, it's not square. Okay.
How have you even managed to ruin this?
Honestly, how have they mucked that up? I still don't understand. Noobs.
The third type of gamer we've all encountered online at some point, the hopeless enthusiast. I'm convinced there's one of these in every friendship group. They'll be the type of person who goes home and draws diagrams and spreadsheets and analyses statistics and reads deep into the lore, and who sits you down for a long, complicated team talk about what we're going to do and how we're going to do it.
Right, so the first digit on the card is the attack power, okay? So you got 0 to 9 and then A to F. The second digit tells you what type of attack that is. So P is physical, M is magical, X means that your attack power will automatically attack the weakest defensive value of your opponent's card. If it's an A, whatever number is the highest on your card, be it an attack or defensive value, automatically attacks the weakest number, attack or defense, of your opponent's card. Okay? And the third and fourth digits are physical defense and magical defense, respectively. Okay? We're going to win this Tetramaster tournament. There is nothing they can pull that I cannot anticipate.
Yeah, okay, back to the drawing board then, I guess. Seriously, we all know a hopeless enthusiast, don't we? They're the ones coming into Final Fantasy XIV raids, talking up their tank skills, when really they're a wannabe DPS and good at precisely neither. The ones who know the entire history of the Cabal from Destiny, where they came from, their social hierarchy, but somehow don't know how to shoot them in the face.
And if you're there thinking to yourself, I don't actually think there is a hopeless enthusiast in my friendship group, it's you.
Next up, the spoiler. Now, I'm not talking specifically about someone who's going to spoil the story for you here. This list is about players you encounter either online or in local multiplayer. No, what this type of spoiler does is helpfully remove any of the wonder or sense of discovery you might otherwise experience while on a raid or playing a game in co-op together. Basically, they're like a mentor from entry number 1, but with a very loose tongue. Were you all good to go?
Yep.
Cool. I will say, you might want to keep a weapon slot free.
Okay.
Because there's something amazing you can pick up after the first mini-boss.
Okay, don't tell me.
It's a legendary rocket launcher.
Ah.
And you will need it later on.
Oh, okay.
You shoot the reactor of the mothership and a chain reaction takes out the entire Imperial fleet. Oh my god, it's so cool.
Cool.
It really is. Then it turns out the Emperor is your dad, and the entire invasion was staged just so they could kidnap you. It's an amazing twist. Your idol, are you still there? Entry 5 is the Elite Pro. These players are rare, but if you're PvP surfing, you'll probably run into one of these every few hours or so. The Elite Pro is silent, they don't bother with chat or even emote, they don't have time for that. The Elite Pro is too invested in their business for such trivialities. The business in question, repeatedly killing you.
It's hard to even be mad at the Elite Pro. They're not the type of player that's going to teabag you or, do a patronising dance emote over your corpse.
No, you'll view their kill cam and their reloading, repositioning, and more than likely nobbling one of your teammates before you've even had a chance to respawn. They're the type of player whose skill you can be on the receiving end of for hours at a time, and all you can really do is admire their abilities from the wrong end.
But every so often, through a quirk of matchmaking, you'll find yourself on the same team.
And oh my god, it's amazing. All of a sudden, you're winning, even though you suck just as much as before. The Elite Pro is carrying your entire team, but you get the sense this doesn't really register with them. It's almost as though you're not there. Your presence isn't really a hindrance so much as it is a complete irrelevance. You're like a termite on the same team as a cheetah as it elegantly takes down an antelope.
Cheetah and the termites 1, antelope 0.
Then, as quickly and quietly as they appeared, the Elite Pro will log off, leaving behind them a sort of stunned reflection as everyone else in the lobby makes peace with the ass-kicking they've just had inflicted upon them. An afterburn of skill hanging in the air as two teams of PvP termites struggle for victory in a battle that all of a sudden seems oddly balanced.
You've been touched by the divine presence of an Elite Pro, to whom you mean absolutely.
Entry 6, the Saboteur. Now, if you're ever unlucky enough to encounter me during your online travels, you'll know exactly what I'm talking about. I am a saboteur.
Which is a fancy way of saying I'm a complete troll.
You know, if we're on the same team, I'll friendly fire you because I think it's funny. I can't help myself. There's a restless anarchy deep inside me I can only vent legally within the imaginary world of video games. If you ever played Red Dead Online with me, I'm truly sorry. I'm that player who suggests we all hop in a wagon because it's cool and fun, and then deliberately drives the wagon off a cliff. Yep, I will Leroy Jenkins my way through the most carefully thought out team strategies, my own progress, a worthwhile price to pay to experience the hilarious annoyance of everyone else on my team.
On behalf of saboteurs everywhere, I apologise. Although I'm not really sorry, and I will do it again.
Our final entry on this list of 7 types of gamer we've all encountered at some point is one you'll encounter almost every time you go online. The excuse maker. There's always a reason why they didn't do the thing, isn't there? Maybe you're playing co-op seasons in FIFA and they miss an open goal.
I pressed the button. I promise I pressed the button.
They say, when you know full well they did press the button, only it was the wrong button. Or you'll be playing COD and they'll blame their inaccuracy on lag, or they're tired, or they're playing with a different controller than usual, or they've got a new TV and they're not used to the colour settings yet.
I legit once had a friend who claimed that they wouldn't be as effective a sniper as usual because they'd lost their toothpaste and were distracted by the uncleanliness of their own teeth.
Stick the funniest excuses you've ever heard from an excuse maker in the comments, please. There must be loads. And let us know, if someone encountered you online, which of these 7 types of gamer would you be? Probably more than one. I'm a noob and a proud saboteur.
Unless we're talking Crash Team Racing, in which case, of course, I'm an elite pro.
You're a hopeless enthusiast.
Give the video a like if you enjoyed it, subscribe if you haven't already, and click the notification bell to make sure you never miss another Friday feature. Thanks for watching and see you next week.
For the players.